I'll start with the car ride. So, as we all know, the car ride was like 17 hours-ish. It was longer than we expected. I think for me, it was an opportunity to read my Bible because maybe around the 14-hour mark, I realized that today I forgot to read my Bible. So even though we're driving and I get car sick really easily, like even though I'm looking at my phone for maybe 30 seconds, I get like a headache. But for some reason, I just felt compelled to ask David to pass my Bible so that I can read. And when he passed my Bible, my sister told me that, I said, aren't you gonna get car sick? But I said, it's okay, because I'm reading the Bible. God's gonna help me, right? So I ended up reading the Bible for like 90 minutes. And during that time, I was reading 2 Corinthians, all 2 Corinthians and Galatians. And actually today, the Bible verses were from 1 Corinthians chapter 12 and 1 John chapter 4. And those verses, me, David, Brian, and Terry, yesterday morning, we were staying up pretty late and we ended up doing a Bible study. And from that Bible study, we received a bunch of grace. And I feel like because of those Bible verses that we read, we were able to receive lots of grace. And even today, I just realized that all the Bible verses I read this past week, and I don't think that's a coincidence, it's just God confirming that He was with us. And the first chapter that I read when I was in the car ride was actually 2 Corinthians chapter 1, and it was talking about comforting, like we receive comfort from God, so we should also comfort others. So at that very moment, I just realized that it's God talking to me that we should not judge these people, but be there to comfort them. So I went to 벨라쿨라 with that mindset of, being there to comfort them, not to judge them. And when we did the first youth night, originally I think we were supposed to stay at the church for the youth night, but we ended up being invited to go to the youth center. Even though it didn't go as we planned, God had other plans, and that's more important because that's where we actually met Cruz and Michelle. And Cruz, we exchanged social media, and the next day I invited him to come to our youth night. And also before that, we also met Blake and Jenna at the pier, and it was actually Blake's birthday, so that's another coincidence that we experienced. And then we were also able to invite those two to youth night. And both Cruz and Jenna and Blake became roughly around the same time. So when we started to hang out during the youth night, Cruz asked me if we wanted to do something, go somewhere. And we asked MJ if we were able to go to Hunter's Step, which was a nice view of the entire town. And when we got there, I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to talk about Jesus to Cruz. And thankfully, he had an open heart and he received the message pretty well. And then we also met some of his other friends who were at the viewpoints as well. And I ended up inviting them to come to worship with us. And all of those people, maybe like 5 people from 100 ended up coming with us to church for worship. And when we were downstairs, we were talking. Some random people, we didn't see them before, but those random people, maybe their friends, joined us as well. So even though we didn't plan for that to happen, God's grace just started pouring in throughout that moment. And when we were in worship, I just received lots of grace seeing so many people, even though it was unexpected, seeing so many people worshiping God, singing songs, and praying. It just really touched my heart, and I'm really grateful. And also, throughout this entire mission trip, me and Cruz got along really well. He started coming on for VBS, we basically spent like the entire week together, and by the end, he gave me a necklace. And I asked him, why would you give this to me? And he said, you know, they give it to someone when you have a new brother, you make a new brother. So maybe, hopefully next time, instead of just being a new brother, he can be a new brother in Christ. Thank you.